Hey, so you need this one critical tool if you are going to build a successful indie music business. And that tool is, just kidding, I'm not gonna leave you hanging like that. That tool is an email list. Hey, what's going on? I'm Reagan Ram with OrpheusAudioAcademy.com, helping you make better music and grow your fan base online. And I know what you're thinking, email, was this video made circa 2010? And actually no, believe it or not, email is still number one when it comes to growing any kind of business. And if you're a music artist looking to make money, make an income from your music, then that's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to build a music business and you need an email list. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 reasons why musicians need to have an email list and why it's absolutely foundational for success in this new music industry. So before we dive into why you need an email list, let's first look at the big picture of how do you succeed in this new music industry. Well, I think it's become pretty clear to us over the last several years as we've seen a lot of successful indie artists emerge. And the key is your relationship with your fans. In other words, building an audience of super fans. We've seen that the artists that connect and relate to their audience the best, those are the ones that tend to be the most successful. One that comes to mind right away is Peter Hollins, and he does an amazing job with this. He really has built up a personal relationship with his fans, and they have rewarded him because he makes a full-time income completely from his fans, his super fans supporting him. And he's not this huge artist that everyone's going to know. He just creates these, a cappella music videos on YouTube, and yet he's gone on to build a really successful music career and create these super fans that support him. And that, I think, is really the formula that we want to look at and follow as music artists in this new music industry. Sure, there's the glitz and the glam of becoming super popular and getting your music on the top of the charts and all that kind of thing. And sure, you can shoot for that, but I think what's more meaningful to us as independent music artists is just what if you could just work on your music full time? What if you didn't have to go to a job you hated or take time away from music to do other things? What if you could focus on music full time? And the only way you can do that is if you are first just supporting yourself from your music. And so that's kind of the approach I'm taking with this channel and my brand as a whole is how do you just get to the point where you're supporting yourself? And the key to that is 1,000 true fans or 1,000 super fans that we've kind of been talking about. And those are the people that are going to buy just about anything you put out. They're willing to support you on Patreon. They're going to buy your merch. They're going to buy your music. And so you just need 1,000 of those people paying you roughly $100 a month to make a 6-figure income, which is a very good income in my estimation for really anyone, let alone music artists. So that is kind of the approach of, I think, the new music industry. Rather than trying to go viral or go big, really what you're trying to do is just carve out a little niche, a little segment of music fans that are going to love you and love your music. And one of the best ways to do that is with an email list. So why do you need to have an email list? Well, in a nutshell, it's because an email list helps you build super fans. But how does it do that? Well, number one, email is very personal. In fact, I would say it's more personal than, say, social media because, number one, you're showing up right in their inbox. That's already personal, right? Whereas on social media, it's more like you're in a marketplace, you're in a social setting where there's a bunch of other people already engaging and participating. But an email, right? You send an email to someone, that's directly to them. You're communicating to only one person at a time, right? You might send out a mass email. You might send an email out to your hundreds or thousands of subscribers, but every individual consumer, every individual fan is only reading your email as one person, one at a time. And so not only that, but your emails can be very personalized. You can include their name in the subject line or in your greeting to them. And this is something you also want to do in your emails. You want to communicate like you're talking to one person as well. So then it really feels to them like you have you're building that personal relationship with them. You're talking to them one-on-one. And you can ask them questions, get feedback, respond to people as they respond to your emails, and you're just building that connection, that relationship. And as you do that, you build up that like and that trust and that loyalty factor in your fans so that they're gonna be more willing to support you and buy your music, buy your merch down the road. Now, the second reason why you need to have an email list is this helps you stay top of mind with your fans. Now, it's just a reality that on social media, these platforms are increasingly pay to play. It's so hard to get all your fans to see just about anything you post. Organic reach is so far down unless you're going to, shell out money for ads. So if you want all your fans to see something you have to say, whether it's maybe it's something about just personal about your life, or it's maybe your new song, then you want to send an email. That's the only way to guarantee that everyone sees it, barring it going to their spam folder or something like that. But even if not everyone opens your email, right, they're still gonna see it show up in their inbox. So you're staying top of mind. So even if you only have like a 20, 30% open rate, people are still seeing your emails, and so they're still remembering you. Social media, this isn't so much the case because you can easily forget someone if the social media algorithms decide not to show your favorite band's posts to you. Even if you turn on notifications, things can easily get lost on social media. Whereas we know an email is going to be delivered to everyone. Everyone's going to have a chance to open it, see it, read it, and take action. Now, the third reason you need an email list is because everyone has one. Everyone is on email, right? Have you heard about the latest social media platform? It has X amount of followers. Well, email has more users than Facebook and Instagram, than YouTube, than any of these other platforms, because in this modern age, right, if you live in a first world country, you basically have to have an email address for so many different things. So just about everyone has an email, and just about everyone is checking their email at least once a day, oftentimes more frequently than that. So you just have such a higher rate of people seeing what you send if you have an email list. Now, the fourth reason to have an email list is that people engage with email, right? When people open emails, they're expecting to take an action, whereas social media, people are more likely to be social, do the casual scrolling kind of thing. Email is typically a more engaged platform, and that's why a lot of studies show that people are more likely to buy through email than through social media or any other place. So people are on email to take action. And so if you're wanting to, get sales, then email is the place to do that. It doesn't mean you can't get sales from social media as well, but in general, email is much more effective, believe it or not. Which also leads me to reason number 5 why you want to have an email list, and that is email is a much better platform than social media for creating sales and creating new customers. This is because, again, the action-oriented nature of email. People just are used to buying through emails. This is a common thing because a lot of companies, a lot of businesses send sales emails to people, and so you want to do this as well. Now, you don't want all your emails to be sales messages. Only about 20% of your email should be promoting something, unless you're releasing a new album or something, you're in the middle of a promotion. The rest of the time, you can just be giving people updates on your life and updates on your music, and again, building that relationship. And then 20% of the time, you are promoting. And then when you do that, email is more effective actually than social media. Studies have shown at creating sales, creating customers. So people are more likely to buy in this situation because on social media, people are there usually more so to be social than to buy. They're not in the buying mindset, whereas they are in email. So use your email list to send out those promotional emails, and I think you'll get more sales than you would just promoting on social media. Now, the sixth reason you want to have an email list is because it is very easy to automate, thus freeing up your time, right? So you might go through a big promotion of your music. Maybe you have social media posts, maybe you had music videos, lyric videos, different calls to action for people to go and buy or stream your music. But once that promotion's over, then all the kind of launch material or launch assets you've created, they're kind of just gone. They're out there, but people aren't going to be finding them, and they're not going to be finding them as frequently or in the exact same order that you created them to try and create sales. But you can recreate this and kind of create an evergreen, meaning it's happening all the time, launch for new fans through email. Because you can use an email autoresponder tool like ConvertKit, which is what I use, and you can set up a automation so that when a new person joins your email list, say you're giving away a free song, they put in their name and email to get that free song, you can then trigger a sequence of emails that will automatically go out to them, say, every other day, or you can email every day, or maybe just once a week, or whatever frequency you want, that directs them back to that launch material, which builds that, hype and builds that like and trust factor for you and your music, so that these new people are coming through and kind of doing a relaunch every single time. So then you can get these new fans to go through and be buying your music, and then you're creating sustainable, consistent sales for your music or your merch, or just whatever products you're selling to this audience that you've built. And now the final reason you want to have an email list is that it is very measurable, right? So there's a saying out there that what gets measured or what gets tracked can be improved. So if you are tracking things, you can know what can be improved in your business. And so this is something you should be doing all the time for your music. Any metrics that are involved, same thing with social media, you should be tracking what does well, what doesn't do well, so you can improve. But this is a little trickier with social media. It's hard to know, are people going through and listening to your music or buying what you're offering? Whereas this is very easy to track through email, through having an email list, because this is already built into the tool. So ConvertKit will show you how many people opened, how many people actually clicked through, who were those exact people. It'll include their name and their email, and these are the people that clicked through. And you can even set it up and connect it to say your shop, so you can know, okay, this exact email made me X amount of dollars. So we know that email marketing is very measurable, which means you can learn and grow and improve a lot faster with your email list than you could through maybe some of these other marketing measures. All right, so have I convinced you that you need to have an email list? If so, then definitely click the link below and sign up and create a free ConvertKit account for yourself. This is what will contain your emails, right? This is where you'll build your email list. This also gives you the ability to create little pages and forms where people can add in their name and email to sign up for whatever you're giving away, whether that's a free song or something else. So this is a great tool for musicians. ConvertKit is actually created. It's an email service tool that's created with musicians and creative people in mind. So it's an incredible tool. I've got tutorials on the site on how to use it. But if you go through my link, if you click my link below and sign up for a free ConvertKit account, then just email me back at reagan@orpheusaudioacademy.com. I'll also have a link to my email in the description below. And once you sign up, you can email me back and I will send you my exact emails that I'm using to follow up with my new fans that come in to promote. So if you kind of want some templates to follow for what your first email sequence or email automation should be, then I'll send you what I'm currently using and you can see if that will be helpful for you. All right, if you found this video helpful, then I'd love it if you would leave a like. Otherwise, if you want to be sure not to miss out on any future videos that come out on this channel on growing your fan base or improving your music production, then be sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell. All right, question of the video. What have you found to be most effective when it comes to building a fan base? What strategies or tactics are you using that you like and are working for you? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, have an awesome day and I'll see you in a future video.